No one plans to make a decision that costs them their life as they know it. What usually happens is quieter. At some point, something in your life stops feeling right. Not broken, just wrong enough to be uncomfortable, but not urgent enough to force change. For me, that discomfort lived inside a relationship I no longer felt aligned with. I knew it, but I didn't act on it. Not because I didn't see it, but because I didn't feel strong enough to face what leaving would mean. So I started explaining things to myself. I told myself I couldn't leave my children. I told myself I couldn't abandon the business I had built. I told myself I couldn't walk away from the house, the responsibilities, the life that depended on me staying. Each reason sounded responsible, rational, even noble. But taken together, they did something subtle. They allowed me to stay without admitting that I was afraid. Stability became more important than truth. I was deeply lonely inside a relationship that from outside appeared intact. Over time, choice had consequences I didn't recognize immediately. I began to lose confidence in my own judgment. I normalized being spoken to in ways that slowly made me smaller, not through obvious conflict, but through constant undermining that was easy to dismiss in isolation. I also became increasingly isolated. The people who might have challenged my thinking drifted away, or I created distance myself. Isolation makes rationalization easier. There's no friction, no reality check. Instead of confronting what was happening, I numbed myself. At first, it felt like relief. Drinking quieted the constant internal tension. It made the days more manageable. It helped me avoid decisions I didn't feel capable of making. But numbing doesn't solve misalignment. It delays it, while quietly shrinking your capacity to deal with it. Alcohol didn't create my problems, but it made me more passive inside them. It reduced urgency, it softened consequences, and most importantly, it made inaction feel tolerable. Because when discomfort is dulled, you stop treating it as information. You stop listening to it as a signal that something needs to change. You adapt to the wrong situation instead of correcting it. Avoid decisions I didn't feel capable of making. But numbing doesn't solve misalignment. It delays it, while quietly shrinking your capacity to deal with it. Alcohol didn't create my problems, but it made me more passive inside them. It reduced urgency, it softened consequences, and most importantly, it made inaction feel tolerable. That's a dangerous state. Because when discomfort is dulled, you stop treating it as information. You stop listening to it as a signal that something needs to change. You adapt to the wrong situation instead of correcting it. This is where intelligence becomes dangerous. When you're capable of reasoning well, you are also capable of justifying why coping is better than acting. You don't feel reckless, you feel controlled, managed, functional. Bad decisions don't feel like bad decisions when you make them, they feel necessary. And once a choice feels necessary, you stop asking whether it's right. You only ask how to live with it. Looking back, the mistake wasn't a single moment, it was a pattern, avoiding clarity, reinforcing that avoidance with logic and numbing the remaining discomfort so I could continue. Each delay made the next one easier. Each explanation made the next one sound smarter. The lesson I took from this isn't about alcohol or relationships or circumstances, it's about honesty. If you find yourself managing your life instead of living it, if you're explaining why you can't act while quietly dulling the discomfort that's trying to guide you, that's not stability, that's negotiation. And the longer you negotiate with something that feels fundamentally wrong, the fewer options you have when consequences arrive. The earlier you confront misalignment, the less damage intelligence can do.